So hello and welcome to the question and answer session. It's an opportunity to ask curators at archives and galleries and museums any queries you've got about the Micro Commissions grant. It's a chance to ask. I'm Jenna Rose and I'm a curator of decorative arts. I look after glass and ceramics and textiles and fashion, jewellery and contemporary craft, and I'm here with Shona today. She's the lead curator. She works in the collections team too, and I'll be working on the project with my colleague Jessica Barry, who works in fine art as well. So Aberdeen Art Gallery and Museums operate across different sites within the city. We have Aberdeen Art Gallery, Provost Keen's House and Aberdeen Maritime Museum. They're all in the city centre and they're open to the public 10 till 5 Monday to Saturday and 11 till 4 on Sunday. The Tolbooth Museum's temporarily closed, and we've got Aberdeen Treasure Hub as well, which is where all of the objects that are not on display are stored. That's Northfield, and access is available by appointment. So we've got thousands of objects on display and available to inspire the Micro Commissions projects. So Micro Commissions, they're fast-paced artistic responses to the collection. So we've run 3 rounds before. Micro Commissions, the first 2, they were funded using award money from the Art Fund Museum of the Year Award prize, sorry. And the subsequent rounds, they were supported by the Friends of Aberdeen Art Gallery and Museums. So they're funding this round as well. So if you've applied for the previous round, you'll have noticed this year that we've changed the criteria slightly. We're looking for fine art and applied art outcomes, and we've changed the themes that we're collecting around. And this change is really to do with developments and changes that we've made to our collections development policy. It's an evolving policy, and we often update it. So it's in line with that, moving with the times. So more information about the Micro Commissions can be found on our website. So the application forms there, the creative brief, and there's more about what our collecting themes and the work of previous awardees as well. So I'll just show you where to find some of that by sharing my screen. Okay, can somebody confirm that you can see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yeah, all good.
Thank you. So this is our homepage on our website, and to get to the Micro Commissions, you're clicking this link on our homepage. And when you scroll down, you can see what the awards are, and there's links to the brief and the application form. When you've completed the application form, you can send it to our generic curators inbox with the subject Micro Commissions, and it'll go to myself or Jess. And you'll see the previous awardees here as well. Clive and Helen and Amy are our latest winners from the last round, round 3. And there's really useful links here as well, so you can click on the links and see the objects that they've made for our collection, and also the blogs that they wrote themselves about the experience. So I'll just show you that. There's one of Amy's pots, and if you click view all, you'll see all of the pots that she made for us. So her work was inspired by our pharmaceutical collection, but took it further, incorporating like folklore and hearsay and northeast remedies. Yeah, so that takes you through to, when you do click that, it takes you through to our e-museum, which is like electronic access to all of our objects. So you can access the objects from there, but I'll show you how to get back to if you click there, you'll go back to the home page where we started. And to get it without going through the Micro Commissions link, you go to collections and then browse. And browse the collection. And we've got tabs up here, so it automatically goes to collections first. And if you scroll down, you'll see that curators and staff have made like helpful packages to help you explore the collections. So lots of inspiration there as well for your own projects if you're looking for different types of things. If you go to view all objects, you'll find all of the objects that are available. So 150,000 plus. And you can refine it by looking for ones that have got images, and you can make a list or anything that helps to just search for objects that way. If you go on to people, you can search if you know the name of a person, like an artist or something that you'd like to know more about. You can type their name there. So I'm going to be completely biased and show you like only decorative art objects that I know about because that's my collection. There's jewellery here, beautiful stuff. What have I done? Yeah, so you can search for people that way. And all of the objects that are associated with them in our collection should pop up. We've got exhibitions as well. So any exhibitions past or current that you've seen in the gallery or any of our venues, they should be here. So that's quite useful groupings. Show you another decorative art. There's swimwear, which is currently on display in the art gallery. Got keywords as well. So if you're just looking for something specific, like gloves, be not a good one to search, but you see all the different types of gloves that we've got, and you can search through those and browse and find inspiration that way as well. So that's really how to search our eMuseum, and then we've got this resource as well called Museum at Home, which has got the blogs that probably the most relevant are the ones that the micro commissions want. But we've got lovely object ones as well that make connections within the collection that you might not be able to maybe come across initially when you're just raw searching for objects. You can find nice collections there. And in there you've got, where is it? Virtual tours as well, so you can search around our venues as well if you can't physically get into our buildings. I think that's everything I was going to show you about searching for objects, so I'll open up for questions now.
Maya, do you want to ask a question? No?
I'm happy to start because I can see myself a few times in the screen. Can you tell us a little bit about the selection process, please? So what the stages are, and what are your kind of any advices or expectations?
So we'll the deadline's the 1st of October, so we'll gather all of the applications in that week and have a bit of an admin week, and we've got a panel. We're sending all of the information out to the panel members, and they've got a period of I think 3 weeks to go through each one and score it against set criteria. So the highest scorers should come up to the top, and people who are not meeting the criteria will be at the bottom, and then we'll meet as a panel and discuss who is the winners. The following week we'll share that news.
Great, thank you. do you find applications that refer to several objects from the collection more interesting, or maybe it's better to go in depth with a particular one object or maker from the collection?
I like to see proposals from both, and we've had proposals from both in the past. Like Amy Benzie's work was inspired by the whole pharmaceutical collection, which is really large. It's all from the entire shop, basically. Well, chemist. Whereas Clive Ramage was inspired by one painting of Dunnottar Castle. So, yeah, even in the last round, we've had artists that have taken different approaches to how they respond to the collection.
And I suppose some of these submissions or works might end up being part of the collection. Do you find a particular form of works or certain materials and processes difficult to manage? So things such as performance, video, electronic art. What is your experience with mediums that are kind of less traditional?
We do have a collection of film and different media types. We've got Born digital collections, especially collected around about like the COVID-19 pandemic, when people were taking photographs. We've taken on a lot of that material. So I personally don't know much about how to preserve that, but we've got expertise on the team who do, thankfully. So yeah, I think it's not daunting to think about. Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't suggest us to work with materials and processes that are more easily stored in this context, or we can kind of keep open mind, or do we need to reflect a little bit on these things in our applications?
I think it's good to bear in mind that we're trying to preserve the objects that we're looking after for the long term. So when materials are used that are going to degrade, it brings up a lot of questions about the longevity of it, and if it's got a lifespan, and then if it does have a lifespan, how we respond to that. Looking for permissions as you're bringing it into the collection to also dispose of it in the future when it gets to a point when it's past its best. Mm-hmm.
Great, thank you.
If you think of any more questions that you'd like to discuss, I'm available. If you send me an email, I can give you a ring or respond to your email, and I'm happy to help with anything that comes up.
Yeah, I suppose there is always the question of the political in the work, but I need to share the specific aspects of the project. So I might oh, thanks God.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scott, maybe you want to be in touch in social media as well, so we can actually meet. But yes. So yeah, there is this clause about political work, because at some point every work is political, whatever you do. But it's difficult to ask very specific question in this context. So if something does come up, I will just email you guys if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Do that. Yeah.